S.M.I.L.E Youth Lounge, a space where young minds come together to learn, grow, and connect.
We dive into topics that actually matter, from relationship
To money,
movies,
mental health,
leadership,
business,
and career goals. You name it, we talk about it.
and the best part, we keep it real and interactive.
And maybe you should expect giveaway, teasers, and a whole lot of vibes.
So if you're ready to level up, connect with like-minded people, and get insights that actually matter, hit the subscribe button now. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to another episode of S.M.I.L.E Youth Lounge, where we have honest conversations that shape the minds of young people in our society. On this episode, we will be having inspiring conversations with young people whose stories reflect resilience, growth, purpose, giving back, and the power of making the right choices despite life's challenges. Our first guest is Blessing Oyebamiji, a graduate of physiology with a background in healthcare and research, who is passionate about mentorship, youth development, and advocacy for the boy child. Our second guest is Joshua Adeyeye, an entrepreneur and a graduate of mass communication. And our third guest is Emmanuel Adejare. Emmanuel almost gave up in school, but through mentorship and determination, he pursued his academic dreams again and recently graduated with a first-class degree in economics while successfully running a business. Ladies and gentlemen, in the studio with me, I have three awesome young individuals who are going to be sharing insightful, things with us today. They've been on the show before, but because they had so much to share, there was a lot to unpack from that episode. We decided to bring them back again because why not? You already know what S.M.I.L E is all about. We are all about giving back to the society, ensuring that the boy child, the girl child, everybody, as long as you're a young person, is thriving in life. And, that's why we decided to bring them again. How are you guys feeling today? How do you feel being back on the show? This is your third time now.
At this point, it's as if I'm sleeping here.
This is your third time, second time. Tell us how you feel.
I feel great. I feel good. The last time I was speaking about how it has become a family, and I think I can
now
also...
you're a family. You can relate.
Yeah.
How about you, Joshua?
I feel good. Well, I feel good. It's so good to be back again, and I hope this time around we'll have more things to dish out.
Right. That's the reason why we're here. Let's get right into it. So let's talk about purpose-driven life and succeeding in choosing endeavor. So I have a question for the three of you, right? Many young people today blame their background, their parents, or even the state of the country for how their lives turn out. I think I'm guilty of this one. Right? However, the three of you chose a different path and decided to become role models despite your circumstances. At what point did you decide that your circumstances will not define your future and that you wanted to become role models? What really inspired that decision? Yeah, you can go first, Joshua.
Okay. For me, I'll start by saying, with or without your parent, right, you are brought to this world to fulfill purpose.
Right.
That's number one. Your parents are just a means to an end to that purpose. And either you like it or not, that is why you see that while growing up, to get to a stage where you need to leave the family so you can lift the family. What do I mean? You to get to a stage that you leave your family, that you go create your own family.
Don't leave me.
Word, clock it.
Either you go create your own family or you just leave the family so you can survive, just want to be an adult, right? So that stage comes. So I am going to say this. Your background can determine how you will start, but cannot define how you are going to end. You are the one that will choose how you want to end your future, how you want to achieve your purpose.
Yeah.
So therefore, I'm going to say this, that your background should not be a determinant. And in everything you do, make sure that you do not allow your background to put your back on the ground.
Word.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? So what do I mean by that? No matter the circumstances surrounding how your background looks like, or your family background, even your personal relationship with people and every other thing that surrounds you while growing up, you should know that in the journey of life, you came alone and you will go alone. So that is the aspect of self-awareness and self-thought. where you have to call yourself together and be determined that, okay, instead of lamenting, instead of complaining, instead of blaming your background, why don't I just think about the purpose? Why am I on this earth? And how can I achieve it? And you know the point, once you can click to identify your purpose in life, God will start raising those people that are supposed to assist you
I totally
to fulfill
agree
that
with you.
purpose.
I
So
totally
I
agree
will
with
say your background can determine how you can start, but can never determine how you will end.
Thank you so much for sharing that with us, Joshua. That was very insightful. I would like to hear from you, Blessing.
Thank you so much. Joshua was talking about self-awareness, right? And I think that's where I want to start from, because for me, it was just being aware of the fact that I can't keep on giving excuses, right? It gets to a point in a man's life where you just have to face the consequences of your actions.
Yeah.
Like, you can still give excuses for maybe a 15-year-old, a 20-year-old, maybe even a 25-year-old. But it gets to a point where you are going to be called and you have to answer. So you can't keep saying, imagine a 30-year-old now saying, it's my dad, though. He didn't give me that foundation. They sent me to so school. I mean, we don't want to hear. I'm facing my battles. You should also face your battles, right? So it was just that mindset that I just knew that, no, I want more for myself. I want more for my life. So I started taking more intentional steps about my life. And I think that's something every young boy needs to take from this, because you can blame your environment, right? But there are also people that have the environment. If you're talking about being poor now, there are those that were born rich and they still truncated their lives, right?
True,
so
absolutely.
Power of choices also matter. So I just was very, very deliberate about how I wanted my life to be, and I'm still being deliberate, because I'm still on the path, right? So that was it for me.
Thank you. Over to you, Emmanuel.
Okay. A wise man said, I come from a poor background, ends at 30. Once you are 30, you become the background. So
Right.
I would say that I come from a poor background, ends at 25. So once you are 25, you are already the background. So it means whatever excuses you have been working with before a certain age, now is the time to drop that excuse. And I think I learned that very early. And see, I always tell people jokingly, although there is an atom of truth in it, jokingly, I always say that I am more afraid of poverty than death. See, poverty sat me down
And told me, you
That guy I will deal with you.
deal with you.
Sorry, my friend.
Sorry. So I know what it means.
Oh my God.
To go to school and then you are not sure of what you eat when you get home.
Wow.
Not because your parents are not alive, not because they are not trying. See, dad and mom, I know you are watching this. You guys tried. I saw it. Sincerely, I saw it, but it just was not enough. So having that mentality, I just cannot be laid back. I cannot allow myself to be poor. So and money will not fall from sky like ripe cherry. So you have to work hard for it. And what are those things you have to do? I mean, maybe learn a skill, which I did, go to school, which I did. And see, in my former office around CMS, I always see guys doing, whenever I'm going to the office, I see guys doing, you want pack, like you want to buy stuff, don't want to take it. And I'm asking. So they said, learn trade. I learned trade. I mean, go to school. I went to school and I'm still not sure if I will make it in life.
Jesus Christ.
It's still not a certainty until it happens, right?
Of course.
And then I'm seeing these guys. Are you not afraid of what will become of you? Like
Exactly.
for how long will this you won't buy, you won't sell, you want to pack? How long will it be able to feed you for?
Are you gonna do it
Sure,
for?
you get, so it's painful. So I mean, if we all have that fear of poverty, and not just fear of poverty, and they sit it down, letting that fear propel you, I think
To
we'll
want
do
to do
something reasonable with our
something,
time, with our life, and whatever resource we have. We can't keep making excuses.
Thank you guys for sharing that. I totally agree with you. And my reason is because if you are blaming your parents for where you are right now, remember that one day somebody's
Someone else
going to
will
blame
blame
you.
you.
So,
reach everybody.
If you don't want them to blame you,
You
start
too,
now.
start now, start working so that nobody will come and say it's because of you that my life is like this. I totally agree with you. And that's why we had to bring you back, because see the wisdom you guys are dropping in this episode. Ha!
Godfather.
Man! If you're watching this episode and you're watching it alone, you need to quickly share it, because there's so much to unpack from this episode as well. Right, let's move on to the next question. I have a question for you, Joshua, specifically. Beyond your degree in mass communication, you've also successfully built a laundry and cafe business in Kwara State. How did you cope with the business idea, and how were you able to start and sustain the business, especially with limited resources? We'd like to hear from you.
Okay, business. It was not easy, right? But I'm going to say how I come up with the idea. Number one thing, the foundation of it that will keep hammering on mentorship. I could remember back then, it was during my IT program, after my ND program, then S.M.I.L E introduced us to big shout out to S.M.I.L E anyways, because they
Big
never
shout out
leave
to
anyone.
S.M.I.L E.
When S.M.I.L E finish training you, they'll still retrain you.
Exactly.
Because they believe every stage of your life requires training. So imagine me finishing my ND program and S.M.I.L E still coming back that, oh, there's this program called AMPY for entrepreneurship mentorship program. Why don't you attend? I said, yeah, I've not started any business. He said, no, just attend. And when we attended that program, there was a shift. Especially the period where we had a one-on-one with one of our facilitators, Mr. Tunde Mabahokotem, and he said something. He said, every business you see out there, we just buy product. We don't know the things behind those things. We never realized that those people that thought about those things, they were looking for a particular problem they were solving. So that is to say, any business you're about to venture into, make sure it's solving a problem. I tap into it, bam. And they said, it's not just solving a problem. He knows that many of us will say, we don't have capital. We don't have money to start. And no, whenever you tell yourself you don't have capital to start a business, you are telling yourself you don't have sense. You know why? Because there are many source of income, extra source of income out there. One of the extra source of income is relationship. If you don't have capital, but you have relationship with people, good one, you can start a business.
Wow.
Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was how I picked from that point. And when I gained admission for my HND1, we were instructed to start putting on white and black in class and everything. And I see it as a problem that, okay, school area, there's no light, there's no electricity. Let me just pick my friends' clothes, white and black corporate wear, to be ironing from them and wash for them, you know. And that is how the business idea came up, to solve the problem of mass communication students wearing clothes that is not ironed to school. That was the idea. I never knew to even go this big. Another thing I would say about the business is opportunity comes for those that are prepared. Note, your preparation is very, very important and intentional. So when you're intentional about your preparation, even when you don't know when things will work, just be prepared. Just do those things. Just learn that skills. Just invest in yourself in that skill, that particular thing you want to do. And look at the magic. The magic is that the content you have in you will determine the kind of people you will attract. So when you are prepared with those elements in you, it will be attracting people that want to invest in you. That is what they call opportunity. But when you have the content halfway, or you are not developing it, when the opportunity comes, you lose it. That is why there's some saying say that opportunity come but once. But there's opportunity every day. So I started the business very little in my room, in my hostel, with a charcoal iron. And before you know, to the glory of God, after some years, after I graduated and I ventured into another business, I saw little money. I was able to use it to invest into the laundry business. And the business has been 4 years now. And so far, we've employed over 4 people.
Wow.
And I've trained like 2 more people who has actually started their own laundry business as well. So I can say, and aside from that, the business actually brought me a lot of respect, dignity, and people calling me a CEO. Me, I don't say anything in it. Even till now, I'm still thinking about another business.
Businessman.
Yes, that's me for you. Like Adejari said, if you are not thinking about money as a man, you are already life is already winning you again 5-0. Sure, you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So I feel like that was the way it was for me. Although it was not easy, because merging business together with academics was not something very easy. And HND level, if your result in HND is poorer than your ND, then you are a failure. So I had to just merge it together. And to the glory of God, I came out with a very good result, 3.4741. You know, HND uses 4.00, so very close to distinction. And I still have my business. Now I have my own personal shop, and the business is over 4 years. So to the glory of God.
Wow, I'm so impressed. I'm really, really impressed. Well
don't
done,
bill me.
Joshua.
Don't bill me. I'll never get money.
I'll send you my account number after this episode.
Well, I'll save it on my phone.
Send millions. All right, let's move on quickly to Emmanuel. So a lot of young boys today believe that they should choose between making money and going to school, right? But in your own case, you were able to do both successfully. Emphasis on successfully. You ran an electric wiring inverter and solar system installation business, even traveling interstate as far as Port Harcourt for jobs, while still graduating with a first class and earning the award for most improved student alongside a 1 million naira cash prize. This is absolutely incredible, Emmanuel. How were you able to manage it all and still excel both academically and in business? I would like to hear from you.
Okay. I always say that motivation is temporary. Discipline is everything. And
I remember you said this on the
yeah,
very first
I think
episode.
I said, motivation is once they give you one aspire to Maguire under 5 minutes you've forgotten. You'll forget it.
Go back to the reality.
So what will keep you going is that discipline.
Right.
And I think the last episode I mentioned that I was talking about discipline, and I was talking about how if you are not disciplined, I don't see. I remember one time I think I mentioned it too. When I went to Port Harcourt, and then I came back, right, and I had to read that midnight. I think I mentioned it here.
Yeah, you did.
See, that is not something motivation will do for you.
True.
Because motivation cannot kick in when you are tired, right? It will not kick in when. I remember year 3, first semester, when I had E in one of my grades. I became very depressed, right? And business must continue because the day they dropped the result, the next day I was traveling to Port Harcourt. So I cannot, because of one bad result, not go for work. I mean, the client already paid now. So imagine combining prison with bad. I have a circle of friends, right? And like we were discussing today, I had to leave a group of friends where I was the best among them. I was on first class then. I think I was doing 3.94. So every semester I was always consoling them. If someone who is, a Olodo in one group would be the champion. So I was always the one telling them, don't worry, next semester you will do well. Then I came to that realization that, wait, why am I always the one telling these people you will do well?
But they're not
semester?
telling me to do well.
I was getting sick and I was advising people. So I knew I had to change my circle of friends. So immediately that changed. So I had to go to a group where I was the worst among them. Let me shock you. 15 people graduated with a first class in my department. My circle of friends took 6.
Wow.
Yes.
Including you.
That's some circle.
Right.
So my circle took 6. So we left. It was very easy for me when I joined them.
When you joined them.
Because interestingly, I didn't make first class until my last semester.
Wow.
In the university. And then I needed 5.0 to do that. So what I had to do was, everybody knows FYB now. It's the last event you will do.
Yeah.
I did not do it.
Exactly.
Because I knew
didn't do FYB
it's either I make it now or I forget about it. So I had to cut off those ones. And for my trips, I have people to tell you know what, go for your work. When you come back, you don't have any problem. I remember one time, S.M.I.L.E would call me as if he's my father. First, my boy, I think Jerry, have you got into? Which state have you got into? Don't worry. When you get back, and your lad too will not just stop calling. And then when I get back, they are all there explaining. While this one is explaining, someone is saying you are not explaining well. Let me. Sure, you get that. You another also. So your friends, my friends made it very easy for me. So, and the business. I also had clients that are very understanding. Don't worry, we'll wait for you whenever you are ready. And then. A lot will even call me and say, I sent your number to this also person. I already told him that you are a student. Sure, you get. So whenever you are free, just call. And then I will call them and say, you already told me you are a student. So don't worry, take your time. I love what you are doing. And when you have people supporting you, it was very easy for me.
Wow. Oh, that's such a sweet story. A big shout out to every Emmanuel's friend out there, from Sama to I've forgotten some of their names, to Dayo. Thank you. We really appreciate you for helping, our family right here. So over to you, Blessing. Beyond mentorship, beyond your background in physiology, you are deeply passionate about, youth development and advocacy for the boy child. Just recently, you were actively involved in a program organized by S.M.I.L.E for public secondary schools, themed Project Boys to Men. Why is advocating for and supporting the boy child so important to you, and what inspires your commitment to giving back at such an early age in your life?
Well, I don't know about early, because this man right here started from secondary school, I think. Yeah. So, but then, I just feel like the boy child has a lot more to do, right? I've seen from experience the fact that some of them just they don't lack potential. Most times it's just guidance that they need, and they are often neglected. That's just the point, you know. Over the years, in a bid to attain equality, we have now tilted the balance now to now leave those boys.
Wow.
You know, you just leave boys to figure out life by themselves and all of that. And I know that there's a lot more that boys can do, right? Instead of belonging, they can actually become. So, but then they need someone to show them, and that's why it's very, very passionate for me, because I know people who did the same for me. And that's the beauty of mentorship. Mentorship will not leave you to just go on like that. It gives you a holy hunger, like used one time, to also want to impact someone else, right? And I'm thankful for S.M.I.L.E because it has always been something I've wanted to do on a much bigger scale, right? Not just seeing boys in church or around me and talking to them, but something much more, you know. And I had the idea, spoke with BBM, and we had our project, and it was just so beautiful listening to those boys, you know, creating a safe space for them to talk, to air out their opinions, you know, seeing that people actually understand them, people actually want to give back to them, is something of importance to me, right? And this is a call to everybody, you know. If we all can just look to our right or to our left, look to the next boy, and then just pour out something to them, or just give them a listening ear at least. Mentorship doesn't have to be formal. You don't need to have structure and say, oh, come do this, come on this day, and all of that. Just by listening to them alone, you know what they need at that particular point, and then you can be able to, you know, give it to them. And by doing so, this world will become a better place, definitely.
Right. Thank you so much. Thank you for advocating for the boy child. We appreciate you, and we need more people like Blessing in our society today. Moving on quickly, finally, guys, to three of you. It is clear that three of you are intentional about living, fulfilling, being impactful, and, you know, just living a purpose-driven life, right? What final words would you like to share with young people who may currently feel unmotivated, distracted, confused, and even tempted to go down the wrong path? I mean, just like you said, Blessing, there are so many boy child out there that are neglected. They don't even care about them. People are like, hey, boy, you're strong. You figure things out yourself. Don't worry. I figured it out myself as well. And these boys are like, oh, nobody cares about me. They are unmotivated to do something. Nobody wants to give me a listening ear just because I'm a boy. They feel like I should be able to figure things out. What do you have to say to boys like this?
Okay. I would say first thing is to recognize that they are not alone. It's not something uncommon or unusual. So with that, they should also know that they can seek help.
Yeah.
Right? Seeking for help is not a sign of weakness. You are not weak because you are asking people, oh, I'm confused, right? You are unmotivated, you are confused. Seek help. There's someone there that can help you if you will just look around you, right? There's someone who has gone through that path, or even if they've not gone through, who can also link you to someone else. Like, you know, there's the common saying that a problem shared is half solved, right? You are not alone. Speak up. Seek guidance. The power of mentorship is leverage, you know, and also read books. Read books, and it comes from a place of intentionality, because there are lots of distractions for the boy child right now. Their attention span is close to zero, right? But you have to be intentional about it. The society will only help you as much as you want to help yourself. True. If you don't make that move, then
nobody will carry
you. Definitely.
Right. Joshua?
For me, I would say start where you are with what you have, and don't be afraid to start small. See, the world has painted the boy's child in that manner of you are on your own, and as I've said earlier, if you want to be great, right, you have to think like the great. And the mindset of the great is every single thing they put their heart in, it is possible, right? But don't be pressured In fact, the only pressure you should be having is your own pressure for yourself. The pressure to be better than your yesterday.
True.
You shouldn't be in a competition with anybody. Start where you are, with what you have, and be projective. Like, open up. Don't keep things just to yourself and say, well, say nobody will understand me. Yes, nobody will understand you, because a closed mouth is a closed destiny. If you don't talk, we will not know. Everybody is facing one or two already. So when you two are facing something, I did not talk, you have joined them. You understand? So be open, right? Be open-minded. I do not mean you should be talking to any other person. You understand? Like I said, mentorship is very important. So be open-minded. And if you don't have anybody to, talk to yourself. See, let me tell you one truth today. No matter the level of motivational speaker, like what my boss said, that motivation is temporary. Discipline is everything. No matter the level of motivational speech you receive today or listen to today, if your inner self is not ready to change, nothing will happen. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And if you don't want to be, if you're a child of nobody that want to become somebody without anybody, you have to do what everybody are not doing. You understand?
Bars,
thank you.
man.
Banger.
This bar, Joshua. Show me the way now.
We are here now. This is the way now. You hear when the guy was talking the other time. So this is
Everybody
the way.
just dropping bars left, right, center. Emmanuel.
Okay, so I have a thing for poverty.
Okay.
So I would say that be intentional about hating poverty.
Exactly.
Be very intentional, because if you are not, be intentional and be ready to do every good thing it takes to live
Emphasis on
poverty.
good things.
So you don't say I said you should hate poverty, and
do
then you went to
everything, yeah.
be intentional to be ready to do every good thing it will take for you to leave poverty. I mean, I once sold recharge card and gala in redemption camp.
We can't do.
You said sell
You got that day.
how
You
they
sell
caught
pure
me
water.
at Kapaxi. The guy told me a bond way. After the guy just looked at me.
Ah.
He said, "They feel it." He said, "Do you know why I'm leaving you?" He says, "Because you're a fine boy. Don't ever come back here." So from Kapasi till I got to main gate, I didn't look back. Let him not change his mind. Let him not change his mind. So you get, I'm not saying I'm rich.
Yeah.
I'm saying I am intentional enough to hate poverty, and I'm doing every
good thing, yeah.
it takes for me to leave poverty. Yeah.
But you are
Wow.
rich too.
No, I'm
He's just
Nice
this
to
guy.
see you, Pai.
Just this guy. Emmanuel.
Sorry, Ruth. Another
guy.
thing, sorry, Ruth. Another thing I want to pass to the people out there, especially research has shown that 90% of the young guys now from secondary school are now venturing into cybercrime and fraud. Let me tell you the truth. All those things, they are temporary.
Yeah.
All those things you are doing, you are just stressing yourself for the temporary time. And if you like, go and hard. They said they're harding more. Continue. You will see the result. And it's true. That time you're using, spending on the system, doing, scamming people, making people to cry so you can enjoy. Use that time to learn a skill. Learn cybersecurity, learn those things. Even when you feel like they're not really useful. I know what I'm saying about preparation before opportunity comes. So when the opportunity comes, people will be saying, it's a lie, Jare. Is someone that helped him, Jare? They will not know that you've done the preparation, your primary assignment. You understand? But so I said that because I have seen the statistics that many young guys now, they don't want anything now than quick money and Yahoo. You understand? So if you are listening to me out there, please change your ways.
Wow, thank you so much, guys. Thank you, everybody, for watching this episode. It's been an insightful session with this amazing guest that we had on the show today. Like our guest said, start where you are, be open-minded, talk to people about how you feel, read books like our guest Blessing said. According to Emmanuel, hate poverty and do every good thing. And I believe that if you are able to make use of all of the tips that has been shared today, your life will never remain the same. And to every boy child right there, there's no need to give in to pressure. Take your time, one step at a time, and at the end of the day, you'll be able to achieve everything that you set your mind to. Once again, my name is Ruth Abimbola, and it's been an absolute pleasure interacting with you, having this conversation with our guests, and just sharing all of these tips with you guys. Until next time, take good care of yourself, and please do well to share everything that you've learned on today's episode in the comment section. We'll see you next time. Bye.